are you? I hope you're doing great. So today I wanted to sit down and just have a little chat with you and let you know what I've found recently of cleaner and safer makeup. Right now I'm mostly trying to hunt down affordable makeup that's on the safer side and cleaner for you to use and that won't break your pocket. I know there's a lot of good brands out there that are very high end and they're very clean, but those are very pricey, and I'm working my way up to it slowly because I do want to try them as well, and I've heard great things. But I wanted to start searching first affordable makeup that you could find at any drugstore or anywhere really, Walmart, Walgreens, that's more affordable and easier to purchase. So I did a deep dive on that and I found some stuff, and I also found a lot of stuff that I currently already had that are on the safer side. So I wanted to show you and let you know more about those products. So the way that I'm searching for everything is either on the website EWG, which you just write in any product that you have and it'll rate it from 0 to 10, 10 being the most toxic and 0 and 1 being the lowest and it's safer to use. So I searched first the products that I currently own because I have so many makeup products that I needed to know. I was so curious to know which ones rated high and which ones were moderate or low, and I definitely got rid of a lot of products that I used that were rating at 8 and 9 and 10, and those are very toxic, so I got rid of those. But I did find a lot of them that are actually safer to use, and you can find them anywhere, like NYX has a lot of products that I didn't know were great and safe for your skin. So I want to start with that brand because I have here their lip glosses, and you know they have a whole bunch of different lip glosses from like different lines of lip glosses, but the one that rated at number 3 and 4 depending on the shades is this one, the Butter Gloss, and this one's in shade Sugar High. This one rates at number 4, and I've never tried these before. I found it on the site and I was like, well, I've never tried that lip gloss before, and I was trying to find different ones, and it's hard to find lip glosses that have a low rate in terms of toxicity and stuff like that, and this was actually pretty good. I love this. I bought 2 different shades. I can't remember the other one, but they both rate at number 4 and they feel super hydrating on your lips. They're not sticky and they're not streaky, which is amazing. So the quality is really good and I love these. I gotta get more shades. So for primer, I found the NYX Bear With Me Hydrating Jelly Primer, which is this one, and this actually rates at number 2, just 2, which is very low. And this is also another product that I never tried before, and I know this came out a while back, I can't even remember. But it's pretty good. I've been using it for a while now and I like it because it's like a cooling jelly sensation. See, it's like a clear jelly, and when you apply it, it's very cooling to the skin, very hydrating. I'm not sure if it actually helps with making your makeup last longer, because with or without it, my makeup lasts the same, I think, but it does feel good on the skin. And if you're prone to having dry skin, I think this will be great to hydrate your skin before you put your makeup on, because it is very hydrating and I like it. It's very hydrating, but it doesn't leave you oily, which I love because I tend to have an oily T-zone, and this doesn't emphasize that at all, or it doesn't make it worse. So I've been liking this one a lot. Then for powder, for setting powder, I was so glad that this one rates at number 2, which is very low, and this powder is so freaking good. This has been my favorite powder since I can't even remember. But if you've watched my videos for a while, you know that this is like my go-to powder to stay mattified, and it's so good. It erases your pores without clogging them. It's very good, and this just rates at number 2. So I'm happy that when I went through my collection, I could save this because this is my favorite powder. Also from NYX, the concealer, the Bare With Me Concealer Serum, which I also love. Now this is light to medium coverage, so if you don't like light to medium concealers, then you're probably not gonna like this one. I do, I prefer those better than full coverage concealers. So for me, this is great because this is actually one concealer that I've been using before I found out about how it rates, which it rates at number 2, which is very low. And I like this concealer a lot. It doesn't feel dry under your eyes. It's not heavy. It doesn't look cakey. I just love it, and it's very hydrating as well. So if you have dry under eyes, this one would be great for that. The next from NYX is the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, and it also rates at number 3, which is great. Now this is a mattifying foundation. I love it. It has great coverage. I would say is a medium to full if you build it up. It's lightweight. It doesn't emphasize your pores, I don't think, at least not for me. And I really like this foundation, so this is great. And I also had this in my collection. I was glad I could keep it. For mascara, I was glad that I got to keep this one, which is called On The Rise, because this has become my favorite drugstore mascara. It's so good. It lengthens and gives you volume, but it doesn't look spidery at all, and it holds up the curl all day. I love this one so much, and this rates at number 3 as well, which is low. Another foundation from NYX is the Bare With Me Blur Foundation, which rates at number 3. Now for this one, I use it sometimes. It's not my favorite. I prefer the other one, the Can't Stop Won't Stop, because I feel like with that one, once you set it, it's done. It's not gonna budge, it's not gonna move. With this one, even though I set it, it kind of moves, so I have to be careful not to touch my face or anything like that, because it will transfer easily and move around. But it does have great coverage, so it's not my favorite, but I also don't hate it. So, and it rates low as well, so this is good to have also, and have options. Okay, so this one I already had in my collection because I love NYX's glitter primer. I think everybody loves this one. This is a fan favorite for sure. A lot of people use this one for glitter eyeshadows like this one. I have it underneath this glitter eyeshadow because it holds the glitter in place all day until you take it off. And I was surprised and glad that it rates really low as well. It rates at number 3, so I'm going to continue using this one. This one is my favorite. It's always been my favorite, so I'm happy that I get to keep it. Now moving on to another brand, Wet n Wild. I was surprised that Wet n Wild have a lot of good stuff that are safer to use. And as you know, Wet n Wild is super affordable. It's way more affordable than NYX. And I love their foundation, the Photo Focus foundation. This is one of my favorites. And I'm glad that I get to keep it because I love this foundation a lot. And it rates at number 3 as well, which is low. And I just love this foundation. It's so lightweight, but it has like a medium coverage. You could also build it up if you want. It doesn't emphasize your pores or anything like that. It's long lasting, and it's just creamy and easy to apply. So I'm happy that this rates low because that means that I can continue using it. This is the highlighter from Wet n Wild in shade Blossom Glow, and it rates at number 3. I love this. Even before I knew about the whole EWG website, I own this already, so I'm glad that I get to keep it because I like it. It's on the subtle side, but you could build it up. They also have a mascara that rates really low, which is the Mega Volume Mascara, and this one actually rates at number 2. But I tried this one and this was not my favorite from them. I prefer the next one, On The Rise, because this one is very, very natural. It's like, it gives you a little bit of length, no volume, just a little bit of length, and that's about it. And it fades off quickly. So this is not my favorite, but I just wanted to let you know about this one as well because this one rates lower than the other one. But it's not my favorite. For bronzer, I found this one from Wet n Wild that rates low. And this is from the color Icon, and this was in shade Palm Beach Ready. It's a bronzer that has shimmer in it, so if you don't like those like that, then you're probably not gonna like this one. It's more of a baked bronzer. It's very luminous, but it rates at number 2. And then also from the Color Icon line, we have the blush, and this is in shade Pearlescent Pink. This is a shimmery blush. It has shimmer in it. Where can I put it? Right here. And it's on the subtle side, as you can see. It's a light pink, but you can build it up to make it more noticeable. But if you like really intense blushes, then this one's too light. But I think they have other shades that are darker. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that they must have. I just like subtle blushes, so I chose this one and I'm happy with it. So if you're like me, if you like subtle blushes, then you probably like this one. And if you like blushes that have shimmer in it, then this is perfect for that. And this one rates at number 3. And then also from Wet n Wild, you have another lip gloss here from the Color Icon line, and this was in shade Gemini, and it's sparkly. All of these shades are very, very beautiful, and they rate at number 2. They're super shiny, hydrating, not sticky at all, super shiny, and I think it lasts quite a long time, so they're perfect. It could go on top of any lipstick and it looks just so beautiful. I have it on right now. I've had it on for a while now, but it's super sparkly and very hydrating. I love the way it feels on my lips. If you have dry lips like I do, you're gonna love this. This was the shade, I don't know if I said, it's Gemini. Also Libra is another beautiful shade that I own, and I love those two colors. So the next thing I want to talk about is eyelash glue, because when you're gonna put on eyelashes, you need an eyelash glue. And I was using the Duo one, and that one I had to stop using it because it would irritate my eyes. And I found out that that one contains a lot of latex, and a lot of people are sensitive to latex or allergic to latex, so I didn't know that. And that's what I found out. I had to stop using that one. So then I was searching for another one. I was like, I think it's going to be difficult to find a good lash adhesive that doesn't have latex, but Kiss does make eyelash glue without adhesive. And I tried this one from Lash Couture, the super strong strip lash adhesive, and it's great. This is the clear one, and this only rates at number 1, which is very low. So I'm glad I found this one because it works great. It holds your lashes in place until you take them off. It's really good. So I'm happy that I found this one, and this was super safe. It just rates at number 1. This one's from Maybelline, and this is another BB cream. I like this one too. This one's very light coverage. This is like a moisturizer with a little bit of hint. So it's not a medium. You cannot build it up. It's just light. It's very light. But what I like to do with this one is I put it on. It feels like a moisturizer. I love it. And then I go in and set it with the NYX powder, the Can't Stop Won't Stop powder, because that one has quite good coverage. So it makes it more like a medium coverage when you combine both of them. Try to find it. I can't find it. It's right here in my face. This one, these two together, perfect combo. I love it. It makes it more like a close to a medium coverage, I would say, if you combine both of these. And this one feels great on the skin. I love this one. And this one only rates at number 3, which is great. Okay, so from CoverGirl, I want to mention a couple of products from CoverGirl that I found. The first one is the BB cream. Let me find it. This is the BB cream, the Clean Matte in shade 520 from CoverGirl. This one rates at number 4, and I used to have this. I used to wear it a lot, and then I stopped. I don't remember why, but I remember liking it, so I went back to it and I purchased a new one, and I like it. It has like a medium, light to medium coverage, but you can build it up. It's really good, and it lasts all day, and it feels great on your skin. For eyeshadows, the problem with eyeshadow palettes, that's the hardest thing to find. And let me explain why. Because, example, Let's say you have an eyeshadow palette. I'll just take a random one. This one from Milani that I have here. And you can't determine if the palette is gonna be rate at number 2 or 3, because there could be just one particular shade that is not considered safe for the eyes, or is more hazardous, and it scales to a level 5 or 6 or even 7. And because of that shade, the palette, how are you gonna rate it, you know? So it's very difficult to find a fully rated palette in the EWG website. I've searched for many of them, and I have a couple that I had to search ingredient by ingredient to see what was safe, what was not safe, and then check mark in the palette which ones I could use and which ones I could not use, because they're very hard to rate as a whole, you know what I mean? Because a palette brings more than one shade, which this one can rate at number, be completely safe on the eyes, and then maybe this one would rate really high. So how would you rate the whole palette if it has both good and bad, you know what I mean? So it's difficult to rate palettes. So I did find palettes from CoverGirl that are safe to use. This one rated at number 4, and it's a smoky palette. It's the True Naked Smoky palette, and I love this. I've already tried it a whole bunch of times. I tried all the shades. I love that black. It lasts all day. It's super affordable, and I love those tones, and those shimmers are great. It's actually pretty freaking good. And it rates a number 4, which is surprising because it has some shimmers, and it does have really dark shades that I didn't think it was gonna qualify as safe to use, but it's actually pretty good. So I got this one, which I love because it's smoky, and I love gray tones and cool tones like that, and it has a black. And then I wanted something more neutral and warm tone, so I got this one, which is the True Naked Desert Heat, which is also great, and I've already used a couple of times. And this shimmer, oh, this shimmer is stunning. Look at that. That is stunning. I love this palette. Both of those palettes I freaking love. So let me show you some other palettes. I'm gonna talk quickly about some of these palettes, because these are the palettes that I had to search ingredient by ingredient to know which shades were safer and which shades I should just stay away from. First of all, shades that eyeshadow palettes that say pigmented are not good for your eyes. It's just not good. You should just stick with the ones that say eyeshadow, not pigments. But again, it's all up to you. So I had this one by Milani, the Gilded Flora, and another huge shout out to brands that actually put in detail in the back of the freaking palette all the ingredients, and they let you know which ones specifically they're talking about, because sometimes brands don't put the ingredients in the back of the palette. And not only that, they actually put the ingredients back in the palette, but they don't tell you specifically which shade has what, because not all the shades are going to have the same ingredients. Keep that in mind. So Blend Bunny is one that is detailed in it. Amuse is another palette that is very detailed. It tells you all the shades. Let me start with this one. This is the Bear With Me palette. I love this one a lot, and as you can see, I already check marked the ones that are safe. And as you can see in the back, it tells you specifically, for example, A, they have here A, B, and C, and right here it tells you the palette, which ones are the ones that are A, B, or C. So you know exactly what ingredient is for what shade. I marked down 1, 8, 9, 10, 11 shades from this palette that are safe that I can use. I love that. If all brands, and I'm telling you, all brands should do this always. It should be a law because it's way better for the consumer to actually know which shades they can actually use and not get a skin irritation, an eye irritation, an allergic reaction, staining, all that shit, all the toxicity that it could cause harm in the future if you use it a lot. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that brands do this, and there's a lot of brands that actually are doing this type of detailed ingredient, so you know exactly what shade has what. And I love it because this is one brand that I know I'm going to continue purchasing from them because they're that detailed. Some brands don't do nothing at all, not even the ingredients, and if they do put the ingredients, it's overall, and you don't know which one exactly they're talking about because each shade is different and each shade has different finishes. They're not going to be the same, so you have to be specific. So for the Blend Bunny one, I did this one recently, and I found, see how they have it over here? It tells you the shade names and what the ingredients are, and some of them vary depending on the shade. So I marked down the ones that I know I can use, which I'm glad that I can use all these gray tones right here and all the green ones because I love green eyeshadow. Then this blue section, I was surprised that it's all safe, and this blue shimmer right here. Of course, the reds are pigments, so I'm gonna stay away from these, and I have to stay away, unfortunately, from the purple ones because they're also pigments. So, but I'm glad that I can use half of the palette really and only one shimmer, but I'm okay with that. And it's okay to use once in a while the rest of the shimmers from time to time. It's okay, but if you use the palette a lot, and it's better to just know which ones is safer, in my opinion. At least I'm like that. Recently I got this palette from A's Beauté, the Mystic Romance, and I have to sit down and determine which one it is because they do have it specifically back here. It tells you which ones are which, and I haven't sat down to really like check mark which ones are safe, but this is my next palette that I'm going to be searching to see. Okay, last but not least, I want to talk a little bit about skincare that I've discovered a couple of them which are phenomenal. And this one right here is the capsules. This is the number 7 Squalane facial capsules, and this rates only at number 1, and I'm almost done with this. I have the last one in there, that little, where is it? It's right here. These right here are full with oil. This is so freaking good. This little jar brings like 30 of them. This is so amazing. You have to try this. It's so freaking good. You can use it in the morning, you can use it at nighttime. This is great. I need to repurchase this ASAP. And I found this is on the pricier side. I think at Walgreens I saw it for 20 something dollars, but I found this cheaper at Marshalls. I think it was either Marshalls or TJ Maxx. I think it was Marshalls. Just make sure it comes in one of those locked safe boxes, you know, those clear ones that they have to open it up to take the product out. Make sure that it comes in that so nobody has touched it, although these are capsules that you have to break to use them, so it's fine. But this is great. I love this facial oil. This rates at number 1, which is the lowest that I've found for skincare. So this is great. This is amazing. I love the way it feels. You don't feel greasy. One little capsule, you could do your whole face and your neck, and you still have oil on your hands. So it's deceiving. You think it won't cover your whole face, but yes, it does. You can cover your whole neck and your face with just one capsule. It's amazing. So when I went back to repurchase, they didn't have it. So I found this one, which is by Honest Beauty, and that's another good brand that I want to try more products from them because they're a clean brand. And I saw it there, and it was completely safe and everything, so I bought it because of that. And this one rates at number 3. It's the Organic Beauty Facial Oil. It has a lot of great skincare in it. I don't have the box which specifies what essential oils it has, but I can't remember. But it's very good. I started using this one about 2 days ago, and I'm loving it so far. So these two, if you could get your hands on one of these, it's amazing. So let me know if you want me to talk more about high-end brands, because I do have a list that I do want to try out in the future. But I just wanted this one to be more focused on more affordable brands, easy to purchase. and it won't break your wallet, you know what I mean? So let me know if you want me to do a full face of using clean products, because I have already everything to do a full face. Let me know, and that could be the next video. Or let me know if you want me to talk about the higher end brands that are also safe, so do that. So if you made it to the end of the video, leave me a little lipstick emoji to let me know you made it all the way through. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.